Thank you, Madam Toastmasters, fellow members and guests. Has there ever been a time in your life where you passed up an opportunity because you were afraid of failing? Don't be afraid to take chances. Now I'm going to tell you a little story about a time when I was in high school where I did something that was really out of my element. It was something that I didn't really participate in. It ended up being an experience that changed the entire outlook that I had on my life. So in high school, I had this opportunity to enter this online business planning competition. And at that time, I was taking a course, an information processing course, and we were learning how to do business plans. So I knew how much work there was. To go into this business plan. If you ever seen one, it's about this thick. So I was hesitant at first. This wasn't something that I usually participated in. I had so many self-defeating thoughts. You know, this is a national competition. I would be competing against many other people across the country. But finally, after some encouragement, I decided to give it a shot. So a friend and I started developing a business plan on a spa and salon. The good thing about that was I was actually taking a cosmetology course at the time too, so I had extensive knowledge in the industry. And even yet, I had a teacher who was actually a former spa owner, so she was a huge help. So a couple months into the business plan, my friend had to discontinue due to personal reasons, and so I was kind of left by myself, trying to do this massive project, which was going to take me about 6 months. So I was going to give up again. I was, trying to balance school, working part-time, and plus still trying to do this. But after speaking with my counselor and my cosmetology teacher, they encouraged me, don't give up. You can do this. Believe in yourself. So I said, okay. I asked another friend to help me, and we got back on it. And we ended up completing it. So upon completion of our plan, we were invited to compete in Montreal, Quebec. They offered us an all-expense paid trip for 4, and so me and my friend, of course, were going. And I ended up inviting the 2 people that actually helped me along the way, which was my student counselor, Mr. Fisher, and my cosmetology teacher, Miss Mann. They were so honored to be asked, and my teacher actually even cried. So we get to Montreal, and we're staying in these dorms at McGill University. And if you guys know McGill University, it's one of the prestigious, best universities in Canada. So, it just definitely gave us a glimpse of what we could become or what we could experience if we kept up with our studies. So for the next 4 days, we competed in other components of the competition. There was a trade show component, there was the elevator pitch, and then there was the dreaded formal presentation. So at that time, I knew the formal presentation was going to be the toughest because I had that huge fear of public speaking. But I practiced, and I practiced, and I practiced till I knew my presentation off by heart. So when the time came for me to present, I was able to recite it perfectly. I gave up all the self-doubt, and thought, I think we could actually be a contender in this. So now it's time for the awards gala. And we're all gathered at this big expensive hotel, dressed in our best, and we're all eager to hear the results. So they named off several special achievement awards. So there was the best trade show, there was the best elevator pitch, or maybe the best logo. So I figured, you know, if we're going to win, I'm sure we're going to win one of these smaller prizes. I never thought we would win a big prize. So as they were going through these special achievement awards, they went through them, and our name wasn't called once. There was about 10 of them, and not once were we called. I was so crushed. So now they're going ahead with the big grand prizes. There was 3 of them, first, second, and third. And I remember sitting there, and already, you know, all hope of winning just was diminished, and I was kind of fiddling with my dress. I noticed the sequin was coming off, so I started pulling at it, and you know, they're going through the 3rd place and the 2nd place, and then all of a sudden I hear my name called, and then they announce our business, and they're calling us up to the stage, and I just remember that feeling. I was in utter shock. I couldn't believe that our team of 2 had beat 67 other teams across Canada. My knees were shaking as I was walking up to the stage, and you know, I'm accepting the big prize. It was $15,000 that we won for our school, as well as like a whole bunch of computers. And you know, it was an experience that I will never forget as long as I live, because it made me realize that anything can happen if I believed in myself. Because in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. It's better to look back on life and say, I can't believe I did that, than look back and say, I wish I did that. Don't be afraid to take chances. Thank you.